All right, we're back with Claire and talking more about meditation. And we're going to talk about, okay, so I want to meditate.
Yes.
What do I need? Do I need a cushion? Do I need a how do I get started? You know, what I mean, we say we don't need anything, right? So
Yeah.
what?
Well, you really don't need anything. I think for a lot of people starting, like if you are somebody who exercises a lot or you're flexible and you can sit on the floor, great. You know, that's awesome, but you don't have to. Like I oftentimes teach people who we're in a chair, and I would just say like you would want to have your feet flat on the chair and kind of be forward towards the front edge of the chair so that your spine is really straight. Exactly. Because you don't want to be like, you know, you're not meditating like that. Like you don't want to be slouchy, because part of the reason why we want to have a straight spine when we meditate is because that straight spine gives us the internal feeling of being very awake. Mm-hmm. And we want to be alert, we want to be awake, we want to be like ready for what's present, what's happening right in the now. Mm-hmm. And if we're kind of a little like this, it's very easy to feel kind of tired and schloopy. So,
Schloopy.
So if you want to like sit at the front edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, that's great. If you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, right, you can sit on the floor cross-legged. Hands on the knees, you can do palms facing up or down. I once heard like palms facing up is like you're, you know, have a lot of energy to give, and palms facing down is like you're a little more quiet. I don't know that really means that. I think it's kind of wherever you feel more comfortable, I think is fine. Just remember, if you are sitting cross-legged and you're like this, that's not good, right? We want to really be able to keep that length of the spine. So if you're sitting on the floor cross-legged, having a cushion, but you could even grab like a pillow from your bed and fold it in half and sit on a pillow. That's okay too, just to elevate the sit bones. So you don't need anything. You can be anywhere. I do always suggest, if you're meditating, that you want to have a quiet space. You know, sometimes people find like the quietest space is if you in your bathroom. Like go in, close the door, or a corner of your bedroom, or something where you can be alone. I also think it's really important, the consistency of a practice. So I like to do it, I practice every morning, and I practice every morning before anyone in my house is awake. And that's really because once people are awake, I've missed the window, you know, and it's harder once I get my day started to like take that time to pause. And they say that it only takes 21 days to create a habit. So if you do anything for 21 days, it then becomes a habit. And for me, that was really true. Like I really made an effort to say, okay, I'm going to do this meditation for 21 days. And after that, it was just something that I want to do every single day. Like brushing your teeth. It's like, I kind of wake up and I'm like, oh my God, if I didn't meditate, I don't feel right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I got to that point where I'm like, oh, you know, or if I missed it for whatever reason, I felt off.
Yeah.
You know? Or you realize, I guess you realize the benefit of meditating when you don't do it, because then you're like, oh, you know.
I mean, for me, I have an 8-year-old son, and I recognize it most in my relationship with him. Like, you know, I love him so much, and he's such a wonderful kid, but kids are tricky sometimes, you know, and they can be, sometimes it's hard to parent. And I think I'm such a better parent when I meditate, because I'm able to approach him in such a more generous, kind way, because I breathe first and I think before I speak, and I you know, I'm more conscious of what comes out of my mouth. And I think that that's from the meditation practice. So I know for myself, it's kind of like, okay, I have to take these 10 minutes every morning, and I only do 10 minutes every day. That's like my ritual. 10 minutes every morning, and it's like, you know, I'm putting gas in the tank of my system to kind of fuel me through the day to make good choices. So you don't really need anything. You do need a quiet space. You want to try to do the same time every day. It's great if you can do, like, you know, if you get used to a meditation, doing that same meditation. You don't do the same one, but you know, just kind of a rhythm that feels good, especially if you're just starting to kind of get yourself like, okay, this feels familiar, I think can be helpful. And I think the biggest thing is to know that no matter what, if you just sit there and you're still and you're breathing, you did it right. I think oftentimes when people start meditation, there's this internal feeling of that must have been wrong. You know, or I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to meditate. Like it doesn't, nobody, we're all the same, you know, you just give it a try. Sit down, close your eyes, be still, take a couple deep breaths, see how you feel, you know.
Yeah.
I love guided meditation. I think those are so helpful because it gives you direction, tells you what to do, and that's to me, I think a place to really start.
So when you say guided, what's the recommendation? Like there's apps, there's people, there's classes. I mean, what do you recommend as far as, or what's practical? You know.
Well, I think that there are so many apps right now, and I think they're all wonderful. I'll throw out a few names. There's the Chill Anywhere app, which I think is great. There's Insight Timer, which used to be free. I'm not sure if it is anymore, but I love Insight Timer.
I still have a version of it.
Yeah,
that's free,
I think it's great, and there's a great Yoga Nidra on there that I love. Headspace. Yeah, I did Headspace for a long time, and Headspace.
That's how I started.
That's great. Headspace is great, and he's got a great book. I mean, it kind of depends. Sometimes people like to read about meditation and then try to sit, and there's some great books about meditation. The guy that did the Headspace app has a great book. There's the Waking Up app, which is fabulous as well. And there's Calm, which is a really good app. There's so many out there, but I think I would stick with like Headspace. I think Headspace has a beginning, like a portion in the website that says like for beginners, or a portion on the app that says for beginners, and I think that's really good too. Yeah, but there's so many things. Classes I think are great too, but when you can do it in the comfort of your home. If you really make a commitment to say, I'm going to do this every day, if you're one of those people that can actually do that and you kind of own that as something that you want, then I think the apps are great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Let's get started.
Time to do it.